The summer movie season is here, and I, like you, I presume, have very little time on my very little hands. Which is why, in this video, I'm gonna sit down and rewatch all the movie trailers for some of the major films being released this summer and rank them. Not the trailers, mind you, but the movies themselves, based on the trailers. That way I and you can prioritize your time accordingly, according to what will be this official definitive ranking list of these movies without having actually seen the movies. Meaning that yes, Rotten Tomatoes, you can take these movie reviews to the bank. So without further ado, let's get started in no other order than chronological.
Perhaps I can send someone to solve the problem.
The Baba Yaga. Leave the wolf to its prey.
She sent you here to kill me?
Or you can leave.
I'm not leaving.
Your choice.
This is a good start. Ballerina looks pretty good. Ana de Armas looks like she's just killing it. I think we have a really good opportunity here to have something different from Keanu Reeves as John Wick, being that this is going to come across as so wrong, but more personality? Don't get me wrong, I love 4 straight films of Keanu Reeves talking like this the whole time. But I do think that Ana de Armas, with something a bit more lively, something a bit more interactive, can bring a whole new lens to this world. Now, I say new lens because it looks like clearly here that you're using some of the same stuff. I'm not seeing too much new from this trailer. The same Continental, the same big game hunting quota, the same lighting people on fire, even the same John Wick. They bring him back, which means I kind of already know how it ends. Like, I'm going to go into this movie and they're going to make friends by the end of it because they're probably going to want to do a Ballerina sequel, yada, yada, yada. We got to keep these franchises going or we don't make money. But they're clearly hyping up this 1v1 between Ana de Armas and Keanu Reeves in here, and I'm really excited to see that. So more personality, a possibly really, really cool 1v1. I'm down to see it. Because we have not ranked any other movies yet, I'm going to put Ballerina at the top of the list. All right, let's see what's next.
Every year that you live, that world will get bigger and brighter. And more detailed and complex. You fill the whole thing. It'll be a universe.
I have no idea what's going on here. Mike Flanagan is directing this, and I have the utmost trust in this man, but I don't know what this is. Which is cool. The trailer doesn't give away much. It has this very hopeful, heartfelt vibe that's totally not horror, and I'm down for that. I'm down for something that's going to make me cry. But either this is going to be my new It's a Wonderful Life that I watch every single year, or it's going to be this crowded mess, and I don't know why, but I'm thinking the movie Cloud Atlas. When I watched the first trailer for that and that movie wound up being a mess, I really shouldn't compare those two. Those are two completely different things. Is there something magical here going on? I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm very intrigued. And it's nice to have a movie that sparks my intrigue without something like horror or thriller, but something that's more feel-good and heartfelt, and it's giving me a more warm interest, if that's the way to say it. Not to mention that there is a stacked cast who must have faith in this project and this director, which I do. But with these movies, the quality of the film is ultimately defined by how well it delivers that hopeful message that this seems to be going for. It can't just be the music and the editing. It's got to be a story. It's got to be how it delivers that story. Because if it's what we've seen over and over again in the same hopeful movies that we've seen time and time, it's got to be how this story unfolds, whatever that may be. And hopefully a unique story. There's only so many ways hopeful movies have been done in the past, and I hope this one can stand out a bit. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to learn more about it. I mean, I'm going to put it right under Ballerina in terms of my prioritization, though. All right, let's move forward a weekend and see what comes up next. Yeah, man, I kind of love the animated How to Train Your Dragon movies, all 3 of them. They were heartfelt. They were great for the entire family. But this feels shot for shot what the first one was. And which is strange because I don't quite see the need for this. There was nothing while watching the animated features that I felt was missing that some live action movie could have provided. So I guess this is not for people like me. This is for people who treat animation as a barrier to entry for some reason and will only watch it if it's live action, which awesome. I'm glad they now get to experience this world. I will say I am interested in this movie solely from the experiment going on behind the scenes, which is in its director. So the director of the animated trilogy is directing this movie. What's his name? Dean DeBlois? This guy. I think it's a really cool experiment to witness go down, moving from an animated format to a live action format of pretty much the same script. But because I kind of know what's going to happen, unfortunately, How to Train Your Dragon for me is going to go towards the bottom of my list. It might be at the top for you. Awesome. Go see it if you haven't seen the animated movies. And then go watch the animated movies.
If the girl asks for a tall drink of water with a salary over 500 grand,
Always Mr. Right.
you deliver.
You're the matchmaker. You want a drink?
Sure. Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
I missed you.
Yeah, you weren't expecting a heartthrob on this channel, were you? The trailer and title show me this really basic premise, though. Something that I would have seen on like a Tumblr thread like years ago. This girl is great at setting up other people, but not herself, until someone comes along and shows her that love is more than just material things. Love is more than just money. And maybe once she learns that, she can find love herself. Saying that, I feel like I'm in high school, but you know, it could be good. This trailer looks like it's advertising a movie that's very well executed at the very least. I'm not rolling my eyes while watching this trailer, even though the premise makes me kind of do. The cast is great. I mean, it's got some big stars ahead of it. It's going to draw a lot of people in, no doubt about it. And in a weird way, it's a Fantastic Four prequel if you look at it through a skewed lens. I do kind of want to see this. I'm going to put this more towards the top of my list. Let's say third place for now. All right, I think that's it for this weekend. Let's move on to the next.
I'm finally fitting in, and now Grygon's gonna blow everyone up. My friends need our help.
You made a friend?
Just give me a call.
You will feel my wrath. Gordon?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
Man, I love Pixar. I grew up with Pixar. This feels very kid-centric, though. Which isn't a bad thing if you are a kid or have kids. Awesome, good for you. I don't. I can't even take care of my sourdough starter. So yeah, Elio and this kid alien may be too low of a target audience range for me, but it's very charming. There's no doubt about that. There's a parent angle being hinted at here that I am very intrigued by. One thing that Pixar's kind of had on in the background and never really in the forefront was the view of a parent wanting their kid to fit in and how they might struggle with that themselves. If that is really here, if the trailer is actually advertising that sort of plot thing going on more in the foreground than what Pixar is used to, I could be really looking forward to Elio. Or Elio. Am I looking forward to it as much as this Fantastic Four prequel? I don't know. If I had kids, maybe, but I'm not taking my sourdough to a movie theater. Speaking of kid-friendly, here's the next movie.
6, 11, 5.
Once you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
Moving up and down again. Don't. Look at what's in front of you. Let's go.
This trailer is all vibes and I love it. It is exquisitely made, especially for something apparently shot entirely on iPhone with, you know, a $2 million rig. How the rage virus is filmed is so completely different than any other zombie film. There's a violence there. There's a panic there. It's also frenetic and you can't help but get some of that on you. I do hope it's not all shock value because I know the trailer has to advertise that to get you in the movie theater seat. I want these characters to be on a cool sort of quest, going to a cool sort of thing, and I want to be along for that ride, not just moving from one guy eating a dude to the next, right? I don't need that. I'm spooked, but I'm excited. I'm going to push this up to the top of the list. All right, that's a very, family-friendly weekend. Let's move on to the next one.
You're making a mistake. Thinking that I'm just going to be some grateful kid who'll bend a knee to an old-timer.
I never should have pulled you into this.
Here's the thing about Formula One, man. I watched Top Gun Maverick, and I love Top Gun Maverick. I've seen it probably 5 times by now. This feels very Top Gun Maverick, and I think it's doing that on purpose. It's directed by the same director, Joseph Kosinski, and he's supposedly bringing the camera and filming tech from Top Gun Maverick to Formula One in this movie. It's going to make for an incredible theater experience. Like, I have no doubt about that. But not just the tech, this is mimicking more of Top Gun Maverick than I think I care for. Or at least that's what the trailer is making it sound like. This older guy has to come in, maybe take a younger guy under his wing, and some tension between the two, got that. But even in the characters as well, beyond that, like, okay, I'm not gonna be outraced by this old dude. All right, big whoop. You ever watch Rush? Directed by Ron Howard? Go watch Rush. I will say, while it does seem like it's copying a lot of Top Gun Maverick's fluff over here, seeing that same formula, pun intended, over in a Formula One context and through a Formula One lens could be really, really awesome and unique. One thing that this has that Top Gun Maverick didn't is this sense of severe competition. And competition can force these characters into places that they couldn't in Top Gun Maverick. And I would love to see that through and through in the movie, if they can pull it off. But nonetheless, I know I'm going to get a really awesome theater experience, and I'm going to buy a ticket just for that. While I have some concerns about it, I'm going to move this up to second place. I'm feeling good. I know I'm going to have a great time, even if it doesn't wind up being like, a 7 out of 10, which Rotten Tomatoes is still positive.
I know how to stop Amelia. She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
You remember what happened last time. You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
Okay, so I'm one of the only people who wears a sweater 90% of the time that hasn't seen Megan, the first Megan movie. But this is just Terminator 2. And I love Terminator 2. A villain from the first movie who's fighting a newer version in the second movie. So the first movie villain has to come back as a protagonist in the second one. It's much more action-oriented than thriller-oriented. Yeah, man, I could be down for this. It looks like stupid fun. I mean, by the end of this trailer, they look like they're all wearing the Spy Kids 3D outfits, if anybody remembers that, which I really hope you do. And the actual Megan character is 100% like Gladys from Portal. Did you play Portal? Go play Portal. This just looks like a fun time. This is the first movie I'm looking at this list. I'm like, this looks genuinely fun and entertaining. So I'll have to catch up on Megan, but Megan 2.0, cool, man. You get a higher up spot on the list. And to go right below Ballerina, even though I haven't seen the first one, compliments to you. Well-made trailer, well-made premise. I look forward to seeing it. Because all you gotta do is get me on the Terminator 2 adjacent movie, and I'm gonna go see it because I like Terminator 2. And speaking of like, have you hit the like and subscribe button yet? It's okay. You absolutely don't have to if you don't want to. Unless. All right, now we're getting in July. We're going to get some real meat on the bones.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst were left here.
Come on! Jurassic World, man. What a weird trilogy that was. Right? Really nostalgia bait first movie, but still introduced this new monster movie aesthetic to it that kind of carried on through the following two films. I would not be excited for Jurassic World Rebirth because those kind of just fell flat for me. But I am, solely because of the man behind it, Gareth Edwards. I love Rogue One. I love that recent movie he did. I can't remember the name of the creator. The creator, that's what it was. And I'm down to see this weird quest. It's bringing enough new stuff to the Jurassic World formula. This journey of these scientists who have to go to this Jurassic Park-esque island and hunt down DNA from 3 massive, Jesus Christ, screwed up dinosaurs. So to have more conversations around DNA, was it worth it? Yada, yada, yada. I hope that movie brings that back from the original Jurassic Park trilogy. I mean, it is hard these days for dinosaurs to impress people on the big screen. In the age of CGI and less practical effects, like, can you really do what the original Jurassic Park did? Probably not, but at least some mutated, screwed up dinosaurs like this is hinting at could be enough to sit my butt in the theater and enjoy the rest of the ride that this presents me. I'm going to move Jurassic World Rebirth up to just above Formula One, like just by a hair. I hope to be proven wrong, but again, this is a definitive list and there's nothing we can do about it at this point. Sorry. All right, down to a Netflix movie. Here we go.
We're playing right into her hands.
I don't have a choice.
One day you'll understand. Every minute is a step towards death.
I'm probably not going to see this.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might. It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman.
Okay, how do we start this conversation? I am down for this. I am down for color grading that is so different from what Marvel is used to feeding us for the last 20 years or however long they've been around. I am down for a new Superman with this childlike attitude, with room to grow, who is vulnerable, who is imperfect, with good intentions. I'm all here for it, and I understand why some people aren't. I personally do not have this deep tie to the Superman IP or the Superman character, so I'm completely in on whatever James Gunn is trying to present to me here. I will say, the trailer is very Iron Man 1. It's very Captain America Civil War. Oh, you didn't do this with your company's permission. Well, I wasn't representing my company, and that's what makes me good. You know, we've seen kind of that before, and I hope the movie does more than that. But I do think it's a really cool idea to introduce us to this broader universe that James Gunn is building behind the scenes by having these characters part of the plot, as someone who's pushing against Superman in a more legal, safe, country appropriate manner, if that's what you want to call it, while still making Superman the clear focal point. It doesn't seem too desperate to build this universe right out the gate. So James Gunn seems to be showing some restraint here, which I love, and honestly, he's just never done me wrong. At least not recently. The Guardians films were fantastic. The Suicide Squad was fantastic. Peacemaker Season 1 was fantastic. He's on a roll. I really trust him at this point, and I don't see any reason to doubt him here. So I have faith in Superman. I have a lot of faith in Superman, but because I have to say solely based off this trailer, will it be good or not? How good will it be? I'm going to throw it right under 28 years later.
Thank you! Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
So fun fact, I completely forgot about Fantastic Four until I started making this video. But Fantastic Four First Steps, I think it's doing a lot of smart things. I'm a big Marvel fan, obviously, and I didn't mean to wear my Fantastic Four shirt, but you know, here we are. I really liked WandaVision, and the director behind this, Matt Shakman, is the guy behind WandaVision. I'm totally in for what the trailer proposes, which is the Fantastic Four are held up as these heroes of the world who can stop anything until a literal planet eater called Galactus comes in and tries to eat their planet. And all that pressure is now put back on them to save them. I think it's a really unique idea.
Are we safe?
I don't know. There's not enough time.
I'm kind of here for that pressure. I'm here for that tension. I haven't seen much action-wise, or at least not enough to sell me on this as a really good action movie from Marvel, and I don't think it needs to be. But unfortunately, I think especially now that Marvel is trying to course correct to get Doomsday and that movie on track, I'd worry they're going to put their little fingers in this pot, into the Fantastic Four pot, and I don't like that. Will the movie come out and it'll be its own story, and maybe the post-credit scene will start tying things together? Potentially. I'm at the phase of my life where I want to watch a Fantastic Four movie and on its own, it just be really, really good and really, really solid. So if I'm a betting man, which I am, I would put my chips on black and places around there. So there you go. That's June and July, a great summer movie season, and that's really it. Or is it? You see, I was going to end this at July, but while scrolling through the rest of these trailers, I had found another one that I'd seen a while back on Twitter, and you know what? I'm going to just extend my summer vacation here a little bit because this trailer is so goddamn good that it deserves a spot on this list. What is it?
Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And do you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark.
I hate scary movies. I get it. I know. Make fun of me all you want. I'm a little scaredy cat. I know. I hate going to the movie theater and having no place to hide except behind my hands while some demon jumps out at me on screen. I can't stand that shit. Which is why it is critical for you to know how excited I am for this movie. What a well-made trailer, man. I have no clue what's going on. You thought I had no clue what was going on during the Life of Chuck trailer? Check this one out. This roughly 2-minute trailer is confident as hell. It comes out big dick swinging energy. It's probably gonna be some devil-ish stuff, like, obviously. But the swagger here is just out of control. The confidence is so infectious. But you can't help but just want to go see it right now. What's going on with this classroom? What's going on with 2:17 a.m. and all these kids leaving from just this one person's class? And what effect is that going to have on her? What other social elements are we going to see in this movie? I have not seen something this unique in a while, and even though I am a scaredy cat, I'm gonna be a big boy and see it anyway. So yeah, man, I'm excited for Weapons, and I'm gonna get some of that confidence this trailer throws at me on me and throw it up at the top of the list. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Now, I know I missed some movies here, like there's a Naked Gun film coming out, there's that Eddington movie starring Joaquin Phoenix, as well as a bunch of others. So which ones did I miss? Which ones do you think should be on this list or would be on your personal one? If you had to put $100 on a film right now to be the best of the summer, which film would you choose? But thanks for watching. Let's go see how this summer goes. And remember, Rotten Tomatoes, you can take these to the bank. They're not gonna call me. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And for more movie chats like this over a cup of coffee, do all that stuff I just said. Yeah, that sounds good. Appreciate you staying around. Bye.